Let's see if I can manage to not change the
Start your mama like a golf cart.
That's not how you start a golf cart, bro.
Lawnmower
You
then.
ain't never been on a golf cart before, huh?
Yes, I have. I've golf carts.
I don't know, man. If you try to start them like that, I don't think so.
Golf cart on the engine on the back?
Golf carts don't have engines, bro. Golf carts have batteries.
Go-karts. Yeah, you're right. No, you got me on that one. Most golf carts, you start with like a key and then you switch it, yeah.
Golf carts are for bougie ass rich people. It's been a long time since I've been on a golf cart. Shit, dude, I was probably like 14, maybe.
That's the longest time ago.
13, 14.
I was on a golf cart, at least I'm putting barely in my 20s. I remember this one time we were pretty boozed up, and like we took a huge ass turn and we had a pizza, and the pizza flew off the golf cart, the pizza flew onto the ground, and I remember swiping that shit up back into the box and eating that pizza later.
That's disgusting.
Hey, sometimes you eat disgusting things when you're a little messed up, aka your mom.
No, I got bit up.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Depending on where you're at, I don't know. I'd probably eat some pizza that fell on the floor or fell on the ground.
This fell in the middle of the road.
Did it like splatter like on the road?
Dude, the box hit the road, like synchronicity, like hit the road, and then the pizza flew out of the box, all still symmetrical and round, and then we just kind of swooped the pizza back into the box. I was surprised.
It just depends on where you're at. Like I don't know, man. If it's where I knew some, I don't know. That's kind of.
I don't know, my fat ass was so hungry.
Probably have to be drunk, but yeah.
We didn't taste any gravel, and dude, this is worse than that. So I hadn't ate all day, and I go into Walmart. Like I thought I'd make it D's first and grab like a cheeseburger. I grab a cheeseburger from McDonald's, and like getting out of my car at Walmart, having my burger and my wrapper, like walking, like getting out of my car. I'm getting out of my car into the Walmart parking lot, and my burger just flies out of my hand and disassembles onto the ground. Now, I wish it didn't disassemble, but I disassembled it back up, and then I was like, fuck it, dude, I'm hungry.
See, I don't know if I could do that.
And there was definitely little powdered pieces of gravel in this burger, because I remember eating it, and I'm like, that crunch right there was definitely not a McDonald's crunch.
I wouldn't really, I wouldn't even be worried about eating gravel. I'd just be worried about, like, how many seagulls shit on that fucking piece of gravel I just ate.
I've seen people eat mayflies on a pizza, so.
Well, yeah, but at least if you put mayflies on a pizza, you're cooking them bitches.
No, it wasn't cooked. The mayflies were just landing on the pizza and people were eating it.
Oh. Well, I mean, that's probably not good either. I mean,
another country they eat bugs?
that's just one of the reasons we're not other countries.
And we also have, you're not deathly sick all the time.
Yeah.
By a random unknown disease.
All I'm saying is, there's been some pretty bad situations where I probably should have gotten sick. But
I mean, we've all been there. Oh, shit. I think I've eaten pizza that's sat out for like at least 4 days.
this starts to get hard then. Like, the pizza definitely gets hard. Like,
I mean, they can
I had a job pitch at me for that. Like when we first opened up where I was last working at, they did they got some pizzas from the other location. They set them out on the other side of the restaurant, and I went over there the next day, and all the pizza boxes were still sitting there with pizzas in them. And I go up and I try to eat it, and they're like, "Come on, don't do that." And I'm like, "Dude, this was from yesterday." Yeah, but it's been sitting out all night. And I'm all like,
Yeah. And
Yeah, no, it's the best pizza's like day old pizza.
Yeah, I can't eat anything past a day old, but I'll eat a day old pizza, no problem.
Oh, I'm not.
Most people bitch out of cold pizza in the refrigerator. Like, just say, let's say you do put it in the refrigerator overnight, and then the next day, like, you...
Just throw it in the fucking microwave for like a minute. Throw it back in the oven.
And some people don't do that, bro.
Nah, I don't do that. Dude, I'll eat cold leftovers. I don't give a fuck.
I'm throwing like shit on a plate, pop in the microwave for a minute, 30.
There's always some cold leftovers I'll eat. Now, the thing I won't do that I know you do is eat stuff out of a can.
Oh, yeah, bro.
No, I can't. I had a friend like that.
Yeah, I don't give two fucks.
He's fucking rag all these cold. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. And there's some people who do that. Like, and that's when I take the extra step and I do put it in the microwave or something like that.
It tastes 10 times better, bro. The only thing cold I would eat, like, willingly cold, like, Pop-Tarts taste so much better if you put them in the toaster, bro. They taste so
Well,
much.
they also taste better if you put them in the freezer.
Yeah, why you eating this shit in the fucking bag, bro? Take the extra 2 minutes.
That's what we had to do when we go to school.
I will argue that Pop-Tarts are probably not better out of the freezer.
What? I think
Who
so.
wants a hard Pop-Tart?
Especially if it's a Sunday Pop-Tart?
No, dude, no way.
No, bro, you toast that shit and
yeah.
it's the meltiness in it.
Have you ever tried a Pop-Tart out of the freezer to disagree with that?
No, but I just don't like just room temp Pop-Tarts are fucking.
Have you ever tried butter on a Pop-Tart?
It's so freaking good. No, fucking. I don't know, man. I just. Like
That's
I
like
think
having
it'd
a
be
deep
too
fried
hard
Impossible.
because like even just if you don't put a Pop-Tart in the toaster, it's kind of crumbly and whatnot. I just couldn't imagine eating a hard one.
Yeah, I agree.
Like I would rather have.
They're delicious.
I mean, but they're delicious either way. I just don't feel like that out of the freezer would be better than.
No, put that fucking in the
regular
toaster, all
Pop-Tart.
that hot goo in
Like
there.
I'm not saying it wouldn't be good. It sounds like it. Like I mean, it's a Pop-Tart. I feel like it's good no matter what.
I feel like Pop-Tarts did not taste good. The only time Pop-Tarts did not taste good, remember the little tiny bite-sized ones they made?
I don't remember.
They made little tiny bite-sized, like...
Oh wait, no, I do remember the little ones.
Yeah.
And those did not taste like regular Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, probably not. Those are the ones they put chemicals in to put you on the short bus because you're eating the short Pop-Tarts.
Damn those short Pop-Tarts.
That's where all the fucking that's all that stuff they put in there. That's probably where all like the concentrated dyes were. It's just like the leftover shit that got burnt to the bottom of the pan.
There wasn't enough jelly in them, it was too red to jelly ratio.
But I one of like the toaster foods. Which one of you guys your guys' favorites?
Toaster foods?
Like
Any toaster
Eggos.
foods? I would say Eggo waffles is up there.
Toaster strudels,
Dude,
Pop-Tarts.
toaster strudels without Eggo waffles. Definitely.
Yeah, I don't think my favorite toaster snack would be probably the toaster strudel.
The cinnamon bun toaster strudels are pretty on point, dude. Like, if you've never had a cinnamon bun toaster strudel, let's see, another
It was
one.
like a chocolate one that
I just like-
had like chocolate
yeah.
frosting on top, and that one was good as fuck.
I had a grill where we just did toast and some butter and cinnamon,
That shit's good too.
That shit's
or some peanut butter. Like, do some regular toast, and then put peanut butter and some cinnamon sugar on top of the peanut butter. It's pretty fucking phenomenal.
Dude, it's also. Have you ever had put like maple syrup on peanut butter?
Yeah.
With that?
I've done a PB&J with Eggo waffles,
That sounds alright. I fucking.
and then the maple syrup with it too. Like, dip it in maple syrup.
I used to eat peanut butter and banana sandwiches a lot.
Oh,
That's
peanut
pretty
butter
good.
sandwiches.
And I never thought about putting maple syrup on that until like just this moment. That's
Really?
like drizzle some maple syrup on top of a peanut butter and banana sandwich. Oh, dude, that's
See, I'm the weirdo that I'll add onion to it.
What the fuck?
What does onion to it?
That doesn't make sense.
It's the mash of flavors, bro.
No, I would. I grab Nutella and I grab peanut butter. I make like my own Reese's sandwich, and that shit's killer.
It has to be white onion, not purple onion.
No, you do that, bro. Get some Nutella and get some peanut butter. Smack that on some toast, bro. Get yourself a fucking Reese's sandwich with some glass of milk. I hit different at 4 in the morning.
But Nutella's hazelnut.
Yeah, it's hazelnut with cocoa.
I want to try a lot of new different s'mores. Like, I haven't had s'mores in a long ass time, and I've been seeing some things about like these new like the Reese's peanut butter cups with jelly in them and shit. Like doing that in a s'more.
Like,
doing a graham cracker, toasted marshmallow, and then the Reese's cup.
You use the Reese's cup instead of the Hershey's?
Yeah.
That'd probably be pretty good.
Probably pretty good too.
That makes sense.
S'more with some jelly and some chocolate and peanut butter.
Dude, the fucking, the jelly Reese's cups were way better than I thought they were going to be. That's pretty good.
So you only tried one flavor though, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, as soon as I seen the commercial, I said that was a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only had the strawberry one. I didn't try the grape one, but I'm not like a big fan of grape jelly. I like strawberry jelly.
Reese's has one called like Reese's Clusters. Those shits are delicious.
I've tried the Reese's Clusters.
I go through a whole fucking bag of those, bro. Those shits are good.
Fast breaks are good.
Fast breaks are good.
Take fives are delicious.
Yeah, and there's the outrageous one.
Oh, Take Fives. I remember you Take Fives like 10, 15 years ago.
Dude, Take Fives are delicious.
And there's outrageous ones too, the outrageous candy bars.
But Take Five was an original candy bar until like someone bought them out, wasn't it? Like I thought.
Well, I think I'm pretty sure.
So that Hershey's?
No, I don't think it's Hershey's.
It wasn't Reese's I think Take Five was its own candy bar.
I'm pretty sure it was a Reese's candy. Like that.
No, they had Reese's with Take Five. That's how they first started advertising it, was Reese's with Take Five, or Take Five with Reese's.
I'm pretty sure that Reese's owns the Take Five, though. Like,
Reese's might be owned by Hershey's.
I don't think Reese's is owned by Hershey's, though. Because they don't use Hershey's chocolate. It's not a Hershey's peanut butter cup. It's a Reese's peanut butter cup. I don't think Hershey's owns that. But, yeah, I think Reese's own the Take Five. Or they do now, or something like that, I'm pretty sure. Because them bitches are delicious. Like,
Yeah, Reese's is owned by
Hershey's.
Hershey's.
That's what I thought.
Hershey's owns everything.
Yeah, well, it's just like Kellogg, the cereal brand. Almost every cereal is ran by Kellogg.
You know who Kellogg's owned by? Post.
Wait, really? That's funny.
Not the beer Post.
Are you talking about like the artist?
No, Post, not Post Malone, no, Post. Post was a cereal brand before Kellogg's. So it's like the Post Kellogg's, it's like Post Kellogg's, but like, they were first into like freezer food. I just watched this all on TV today.
And the Hershey company owns almost all of the chocolate company. Same thing with like Kellogg, and then like Coke products and Pepsi products. Like 7-Up is a Coke product, and
7-Up is better than Sprite.
One of them's not around anymore. They had to change their name. That was Sierra Mist.
Sierra Mist.
Because it was.
Do you know why they had to change their name?
And as soon as I heard it was funny as shit, dude.
Do you know why they changed their name?
It was like
an OnlyFans girl named her name, or her name was Sierra Mist, but they just had let the fucking trademark lapse on the name Pepsi.
They didn't buy it back.
Yeah,
well, that was the whole time about it.
Yeah. They were probably pissed.
No, I'm pretty sure they sent a letter to sue her, and then she bought it, and then they were like, "I'm sorry, can we buy it back from you?"
Yeah.
She was like, "No, fuck you."
Yeah, and then I got named with Starry. I actually really like Starry. Starry's really good.
I always thought Sierra Mist was pretty good.
Yeah, fuck.
Like, it was never fucking...
Dude, soda tastes different out of country than it does in this country.
Because it uses
they use regular, like, natural sugar.
It blew my mind when I went down to Costa Rica.
Corn
and
syrup.
I tried different sodas down there, and I was all like, this does not taste the same whatsoever.
Like, have you tried like the Coke bottle ones, like the glass bottles?
Yeah.
Those are made with corn syrup. Those are made with sugar cane.
That's why I went with like Mexican restaurants. You haven't had one? Yeah, you haven't had one yet, but a Paloma. It's like tequila, hot sauce, and something else, and then like they mix like one of their what's the Mexican bottle drink?
Like Drati, or like yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's with the J.
Yeah, they mix that in with it, and it is so delicious.
Yeah, it's sugarcane Coke. It's sugarcane Coke or sugarcane soda, which is way better than corn syrup. But corn syrup is cheaper and easier to manufacture than sugarcane. And you know about America, it's easier than we're doing that way.
Yeah, totally.
Lazy ass country north. Oh, speaking of stupid,
I don't even know if it's lazy. Like fucking, I wouldn't call it lazy.
America's lazy. We'll go through anyway. Not do it.
Let's just say cheap.
Yeah. I wouldn't even really call it lazy because you're jumping through all these different hoops just to save some money. I wouldn't call that lazy. I would just call that greedy.
Greedy and cheap.
Yeah. But no, I agree.
Like plastic stuff, like plastic bottles. It's just cheap and greedy because other countries are still rinsing out glass bottles to reuse, to refill.
Like in Germany, you have to pay a down deposit on the bottle, and then you get the deposit back if you bring the glass back.
And it was down like that down in Costa Rica. When I went to the convenience store to buy a beer, like a 40 for the night, like it wasn't really a down deposit. You just pay like 1,000 colones. It says 1,000 colones, $2 for a big 40, and then bring back. And then when you bring it back the next day, you don't even have to rinse that shit out. You just bring back the bottle, not even with the cap. And they'd be like, all right, here's like 40 something back.
Yeah.
Just at the same convenience store you bought it from.
Yeah. Speaking of stupid lawsuits and copyrights, like Destiny 2, right?
A video game?
Yeah.
I never played it, but yeah.
So, you talking about my second Destiny?
Well, no. But no, Destiny 2, they did a thing called vaulting, where they vaulted content. So like the very first Destiny 2 was $60. You got a campaign with it, and the first two DLCs were also paid for, but you got campaigns with them now. But since there's so much content in Destiny 2, they completely erased the story of the original Destiny 2, the first two expansions, where you can still buy them, but they don't have anything. You don't get anything for buying them. So I was one of the first people who bought Destiny 2, and then I can't even play what I bought anymore because it's gone.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Yeah,
you should have a refund.
Yeah, everyone's pissed off about that. There was no,
That's crazy.
Yeah, the game's gone. You can't play that anymore.
I'm surprised there are any lawsuits over that.
So no, but hear me out. Funny thing is a writer who's posting their notes and all of their stories online is suing Destiny for copyright about their story because it is very, very similar from what they wrote and what Destiny 2 used. But it's so funny because they vaulted their content and it's so past expiration that they can't even pull up the game anymore that they used to say like, hey, well, this is our own work, because it's so decrepit and so old that
that's unbelievable right there. That sounds unbelievable right there.
So Destiny 2's content is so old that they can't even use it anymore.
Just imagine going into a digital era that you're like, oh, we can't prove what's happened in the past.
Yeah, they had to pull up a Let's Play of somebody playing it, and they're like, oh yeah, you see, this is the game that we had, that I once had, and the judge was like, no, this is someone else's work. Like, you can't show us a YouTube video. That's illegitimate evidence. Like they can't even provide
that doesn't sound right either.
The game is so old.
If it's video recorded, then
well, the judge.
Yeah, but it's not. But just a video. Yeah, I would say somebody else recorded that. It wasn't like
an employee. No, that was a third-party evidence.
Yeah,
that's like
if someone committing a crime and they're recording it and then they're saying this is not used as evidence.
Well, because the third party was. Like, that wasn't
But you can't use somebody else's recording of something you did to prove what you did was authentic.
Why not?
Your example isn't the person recording the crime, it's someone recording the crime. It's like, oh, here's a photo, who's recording the crime? How do you know the person was recording the crime? He could be playing fucking Flappy Bird.
That sounds unbelievable.
Yeah, they're losing the lawsuit because they literally can't provide the game that they once had to customers. Because they deleted it all, so they can't even provide the fact that they're not copyrighting it. So they're losing that copyright lawsuit because they deleted the game that people paid for, and it's so funny. They get what they deserve because like deleting content that people once bought, you can't. It's like playing Call of Duty, the newer Call of Duty, and they're like, oh well, there's too many multiplayer maps. Be gone with the campaign. Be gone with zombies. You paid for it. Too bad. I don't care.
No, that's bullshit.
It's bullshit. Yeah. You are one of the few thousands of people who also agree with you. You are not. That is not like your opinion. That is the correct opinion. But it's so funny how they're losing that lawsuit over that. It's hilarious. There's like no grounds. And it's so funny. It's.
What game developer is that?
Bungie.
Bungie. What else do they have? They done
anything?
Like anything?
Halo.
Oh, they did Halo.
Halo 1, 2, and 3, and Reach, and then they sold it to 343 and Entry after that.
Halo's trash anyway.
So 4, 5, and...
You know how many people just punch you for saying that?
I don't give a fuck.
Halo was amazing.
Halo was stupid.
But, like...
I never went through an entire... I can at least say in Black Ops, I went through the entire story mode before just doing zombies, so I can't say the same for Halo.
The only campaign I liked was like Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1. Black Ops 1 was amazing.
But I'm just saying, like, I never went through an entire campaign of Halo at all. Like,
I think all those...
I played multiplayer and played, like, Skull Deathmatch and...
No, I played through all the campaigns of Halo. I like Halo a lot. But I think the best campaign was Destiny, or Titanfall.
You were just doing the same thing,
Yeah.
With what?
Halo!
With COD, yeah. With COD, what are you at all? COD, all.
I said the only reason I like COD more is because I played through the campaign and liked it.
Oh.
I didn't use two hands though.
No, but Titanfall 2 is the best best multiplayer campaign out there, hands down, by far. I really wish... Well, we were supposed to get a Titanfall 3 too, before Respawn fired half their employees.
Do you want anything to drink, BK?
No, I'm cool.
Right.
I got my Coke.
It says that Crown Royal so sour over there that you can mix with Coke.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Alright.
And Coke don't sound too good.
Yeah, I would say if I'm gonna mix something with Coke, I'll get some Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels, yeah.
Yeah. That's my shit.
You know, Bungie is also making an extraction shooter, which I wish companies stop making extraction shooters. But it's just like, I hate it when companies find something and like, it was like, for the last couple of years it was roguelikes, where like 2 roguelikes made really big sales and all the companies were like, let's make roguelikes! And they didn't sell. And then
that almost everybody does that. As soon as something's cool, they're like, "Oh, let's do that," and then they just don't know what the fuck they're doing. But still, what you know how to do.
And then there's like fucking, and then there's like, there was extraction shooters where like Tarkov sold really well and Hunt sold really well, and then everyone was like, "Oh, let's make extraction shooters," and they're the same rinse and repeat, no content, and the servers get shut down in a week. And it's like, dude, like, what are you doing?
Somebody needs to make another good hack and slash.
Yeah, I agree. Well, that was a Hi-Fi Rush. It was a really good hack and slash. That was probably that in my opinion was like one of the major.
How far are you guys on Expedition 33?
I'm only just a little ways into Act 1.
Oh, so you been playing it?
Yeah, I haven't played a lot. I've been trying to finish that Zelda ROM hack.
Did Dakota tell you to do it?
No, actually I mentioned it, and then he just was like, I've been playing.
I seen the showcase for it a few months ago.
The day we were talking about it, he said, I'm going to recommend this to BK. I came over that night, or maybe the next day, and I was like, Devin mentioned a game called Expedition 33, and he was like, oh, I haven't played it. Like, I just started it.
Yeah, the game was so good.
Now, this is a big difference. He says it's better than Final Fantasy. You said he thought it was all better than Final Fantasy, and he disagrees with it.
Well, I didn't say it was better than Final Fantasy.
You said it was better than Final Fantasy. You said it was better.
No, I said it was like Final Fantasy. I enjoy it a lot, which is a lot of people who don't like it because of it. People don't like the quick time events in it.
I think that's what makes it.
Yeah, that's what makes it. It's separate on its own. That's the quirk of the game. And people are like, it's not a real turn-based game. I'm playing turn-based Dark Souls. And it's like, dude, it's like I'm playing a video game. There's no strategy behind this. It's like, bro, that's what you signed up for. Like, hello?
I don't understand how they don't think it's an actual turn-based.
It is totally turn-based.
Yeah, I've always said that don't make sense.
Well, people are.
That's what I've seen. I haven't played, but from what I've seen from you two both playing it, like, it seems like a turn-based game.
Well, so it is a turn-based game. People are complaining because, like, it's so less of a turn-based because there isn't that much strategy in the game, and it's all about the quick time events, that you can play through the entire game without taking damage purely by the quick time events. Purely by parrying every single
That's interesting. And that's why they're saying it's not a turn-based
game. Yeah, it's like, I don't have to care about any stats or anything because I just have to parry on time. I'm playing a rhythm game right now. This isn't...
I think the other thing that makes it not a turn-based game is you get to block.
Yeah, Yeah, well, that's the quirk of it. It's being able to parry.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about when they say quick time.
So I can see where their argument is coming from,
because there isn't much
strongly. But I would say that's the only downfall of it's not turn-based.
Because you're not really resource managing. With
the button right, then it doesn't block. Like,
yeah, but that's what people are complaining about. It's like,
I think it should be more of a combo.
Well, I don't understand. Like, who cares? Is what I'm thinking.
Well,
like,
those are the only complaints.
No, I get it. It just seems like a weird complaint. People don't want to play this game the way that I.
Not that they don't want to play it, but they're saying it's not a turn-based game.
No, but I'm just saying, like, that's what I'm saying though. They're upset. They're not playing the game the way I want to play that game. So I'm upset.
Yeah. Well, they're also
that don't make sense to me.
They're also the minority. Don't get me wrong. They are the 3% of people who don't recommend that game.
Yeah. It just seems like a weird gripe to me.
Because Halo's going to be a contestant for Game of the Year, shockingly enough.
That's fucking good, man. That's a good game.
Yeah.
But like 30 people
made that game? 30 people made that game. 30 people made that. The music that was in that game was made by a random SoundCloud artist.
Well, you have to say they used a lot of programs and just...
It's still their own work, though.
It's still their own work, but did take 100% of their... I don't want to say knowledge, but effort to create it if they just grab something from somebody else. And
that's the issue.
Well, yeah, but I was going to say, there's nothing that's just like a blatant copy of anything.
Yeah, no.
Like, every game is a blatant copy of something else.
No, not really.
No.
Nowadays, I think so.
Unless they use assets from companies, which if they do, they use assets.
Like the ROMs you're playing right now, it's a new game, but like...
Oh yeah, because it's using assets. Because it's using assets.
Yeah, I was say that they reused everything in that.
Yeah, but like, and Expedition 33 didn't have... They used 30 people for the end team, and 40 people they hired outside sources. So like voice acting, music, sounds, those 40 people were outside. 30 people like worked on the game, did the story, did all the coding, all the art, all the graphics. That's 30 people. Like, compared to like Call of Duty, which has like 160 people working on it, and it somehow still ends up looking like that, you know?
Yeah, dude.
Like, you can't, like, you have to, like, that's considered an indie game. That's pretty...
I would say that, I would say that's not even, that was like a B-rated game. Like, but that game, dude, it's legit.
Play it if you haven't already. Expedition 33 is contestant for Game of the Year already. If not, it is like the most Game of the Year game so far. I mean, it is still early in the year, but still. Like, they're not getting GTA. Like,
I would say GTA come out in 2026 now until they push it back to 2027.
Yeah. Like
2068.
Yeah.
Like, we're not getting... that's probably one of the better games that come out all this year.
Somebody posted something about Kingdom Hearts 3 on Facebook, and I was like reading through the comments, and people were talking about it, and like my only gripe with Kingdom Hearts 3 was just like, compared to what we got with 2, it was just underwhelming, especially for a 13-14 year gap or whatever. And that was what made me laugh about this post, because I put that opinion on there. I told dude, because he was talking about like the long cinematics and stuff, and that's because it was supposed to be a movie, and that's why there's a 14-year gap, was because they were gonna make the movie, and then it got delayed like 4 times, and then people were just pissed enough to be like, hey, we want 3, so they scrapped the movie and reused a bunch of that shit. And that's why everything's so cinematic.
I remember you talking about that.
Yeah, that's why it's so cinematic. And some dude got on there and was like, there was only a 5 or 6 year gap between 2 and 3. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, 2 came out in 2005. I was like, 3 came out in 2019. That's 14 fucking years. Like,
I remember you talking about that.
Yeah, and I just don't get it, man. Oh, I got another one. We can probably be able to do this one. Sora versus Dante. Who wins?
Devontae.
Probably Sora, I imagine.
Dante.
It's just Dante, but he's black. It's Devontae.
Dante. I say Dante.
That's what I said too.
You don't see Sora flipping over 13 feet in the air and doing flips.
Doesn't Sora
that's
have, like...
actually, no, you
I mean,
get some pretty acrobatic
Isn't,
stuff.
like, level 99, like, Sora, like, fucking hereditary? Can he, like... I mean, I guess he doesn't have, like, Zeta Flare or anything like that, but, like, he's still, like...
My biggest argument for all this is Dante has walked off multiple stabs through the heart.
Yeah, but like...
Just stood up in the middle of it and walked it off. Pulled the sword out of himself and proceeded to fuck up the person who did it.
Yeah, you're right.
The one people were saying that Sora had more abilities. And now I agree with that. I feel like Sora probably does have more abilities, but...
Because he's like that perfect form where he's fucking flying around with the swords around him and he's on fucking kill. He's like unblocked.
Yeah, final form.
Yeah,
and, but they do away with the drive form. So like the most current form of Sora only has the form change Keyblades, and he's got some attractions, but the attractions are always just purely enemy based. Mm-hmm. So there's probably not going to be a weird, crazy-ass attraction for Dante, because he's small, he's human. But I feel like Dante's abilities that give him more of a battle prowess, whereas, you can add, like, an extra attack to Sora's combo.
Yeah.
So you're not really, like... you get some like Sonic and Ragnarok and shit. You get those special crazy attacks, but every single one of Dante's weapons are like built around that shit. They each get their own specific abilities that upgrade the weapon. Most of them are long range. Sora's pretty much only got like close range Keyblades. Some of the form changes, you get like the gun, and he's got magic.
Yeah, I think if like Sora had final form, I think Sora wins, but I think like current Sora in Kingdom Hearts 3, I think Dante wins.
Yeah, see, I could agree with that too.
Because like final form, he's blocking when he's attacking, and he can attack like he can nearly almost always attack.
Yeah. The Keyblades are always fucking spinning and moving. But final form is also not unlimited, and Dante has revived himself multiple times.
That's true.
He's got at least 10 Devil Trigger forms that he can access. Most of them give you your health back and like a boost.
One of these weekends I have to play Devil May Cry again. Yeah, you should play Hi-Fi Rush, like guaranteed.
I've seen that game, but I've never played it.
It's a hack and slash. It's like Bayonetta. It's like...
I'm pretty sure you showed it to me over here a long time. I just haven't played it.
It's pretty killer shit. I love the game. Or you know what Sunset Overdrive is?
No.
You know what Scott Pilgrim is?
I've heard
so
Scott Pilgrim.
You know the comic book like animation and like the like comedy and like Scott Pilgrim? Mm-hmm. It's like that in Hi-Fi Rush, but it's a hack and slash. So it's really good. Like I recommend it. It was a shadow drop by Gearbox that like went on the radar because it had no publicity, but it was really good. I mean, it's on Game Pass. What else? We're getting Borderlands 4 this year. That's really exciting.
I saw that.
Yeah, they already mentioned that they're fixing the loot pool in Borderlands 4 and making legendaries way harder again. Back to Borderlands 2. Because Borderlands 2, you played through the campaign, you maybe got like 3 legendaries with the entire campaign. But like Borderlands 4, almost every boss had like a 60% chance to drop a legendary. So there was like no...
Yeah, there was no grind.
There was no grind.
Yeah. Which I guess is probably what a lot of people want after a while, until you realize it's shitty.
It's shitty because there's no incentive to play the game again.
Right. No replayability for nothing.
So people are really excited about Borderlands 4, and the game does look pretty sick. My only issue with the game is like some of the characters, like, so you know how every game has like the Siren as one of the playable characters? The Siren in that game looks super fucking sick. Her name's like fucking Vex, and she has like a necromancer form, and like she's super cool. And then like there's another character that's also sick. It's like an ex like lad soldier, and the 2 other characters are just like Like, normally when it comes to Borderlands, there's always at least, like, 3 characters. There's like, oh, I want to play that character, I want to play that character, I want to play that character. Borderlands 4 is only, like, 1 or 2 characters I play. The other 2 characters I kind of play. Like,
So I got a question for you, though.
Yeah?
100 men versus 1 gorilla.
I had that comment at work earlier, too. Okay, so, if the humans are all willing to die for that gorilla, the humans win. But if not, the gorilla wins wholehandedly. Because if one person sees, if everyone sees that,
If it's like ants are like let's.
Yeah, if it's humans who are dedicated to kill that gorilla and will die to kill that gorilla, the humans will win. But if like not, the gorilla will manhandle one person, throw him to the floor, and all the other people are like, oh my god!
Scared and scatters and
There's no strategy behind it.
I agree with you. No matter how strong or weak the humans are.
Yeah, if they're scared,
no, I think that's like, you can't have 100 fat guys that are determined to kill
Like
that
sumos?
gorilla. It's not gonna happen.
You're saying 100 sumos or
Well, a sumo is not just a fat
You said
guy.
fat guy.
Yeah, a fat guy, but a sumo is not just a fat guy.
Yeah, looks like a fat guy.
Well, he might be a fat guy, but he's not just a fat guy. You couldn't have just fucking Dave.
100 Galavitos?
Yeah, they're gonna say you can't have Dave that goes through Walmart on a rascal. You can't have 100 of him trying to kill a gorilla. It's not gonna happen.
But if
Even if they're determined, that's not gonna happen.
But if 100 average male humans are determined to kill that gorilla, the gorilla's gonna get whited out. Because the gorilla's like the main weakness of a gorilla is they go full force for like 2 minutes and then they win the fuck out. They're like.
I think the number one weakness of a gorilla is that easily win in the first 12 men is pocket sand.
Gorillas don't have pockets, bro.
No, the humans. Like the number one weakness of a gorilla
No, okay, I see what you're
is
saying.
pocket sand.
But no,
I said video the other day, there's a monkey against a gorilla, and they just splashed up some sand, and the gorilla was like, like just like.
Well, I mean, you sand in the eyes can't feel good no matter who you are.
yeah. No, if it's only 100 humans dedicated to kill that gorilla, the gorilla's gonna get fucked. But no, if it's just like.
BK, your opinion.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I think a gorilla could take 100 people.
Because people are gonna die. Don't get me wrong. Against that 100 versus 1, they're just flat out gonna die. But like a gorilla is 3 times stronger than a human, but that's still 100 humans versus 1 gorilla. And by that math, like 33 humans should be able to outmath a gorilla just fine. But like.
Outmath? Yeah, definitely outmath.
Like just out statistically. But like 100 humans who are all organized together and like dedicated to kill that gorilla doesn't stand a chance.
No weapons.
It doesn't matter if it's weapons. Someone's gonna die, he's gonna fucking grab his corpse and fucking like rip off his arm and fucking beat him to head. Like, a head, a skull, or a bulging.
That's true. I was like, because he can only fuck up maybe 2 people at the same time. Because then you got 98 other motherfuckers still.
That's like attacking him at the same time.
If humans are dedicated like breaking bones.
If they're in synchronous.
Yeah, you gotta jump the dude. You can't just.
So you can't just 1v1.
It's like an elimination.
Someone goes Genjutsu.
Yeah, no, you gotta have everybody fighting at one time because 1-on-1 that's never gonna happen.
Yeah, but like
Gorilla will fuck people up 1-on-1 all day.
If it's not the caveat, then probably that gorilla would win. Because he's gonna knock out one fucker and now it's gonna be like, oh my god, so fucking bad gorilla.
So off subject a little bit, but what if the third Hokage would have had like a monkey form?
Well, I mean, he had the contract with the monkey.
So now you have like Naruto and Sasuke all have different forms.
Well, but Naruto had the Nine Tails form because of the Nine Tails. Hiruzen was just an old ass man, bro. He didn't have no special.
Sasuke had a form because of his.
Because of his double Mangekyo. Where was the third Hokage's double Mangekyo Sharingan?
But at the same time, all I'm saying, like...
Hanzo even had a double Mangekyo Sharingan, technically. Might not have been 2 of the same ones. But they were there. Yeah, they were there.
But at the same time, like, what if you could form, like, you can fuse with your summoning animal. Naruto did it with Gamabota against Gaara.
He just transformed him. He didn't, like...
They fused together.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, he did. He mentioned that. He's like, we need to do a transformation together.
They didn't transform together. Naruto used the transformation jutsu on Gamabunta because...
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm 100% sure. Because that's exactly what he said. He said, I'm no good at transformations, so you'll have to do it for me.
I thought they did it together.
They didn't... Well, they are technically doing a jutsu together, but they're not fusing themselves because...
Naruto in that fight.
Jumping off of him and getting onto fucking Shikaku so he could punch Gaara and wake him up.
That was after.
That was right when he turned into the Nine-Tails! Because he transforms Gamabunta into the Nine-Tails.
You might be right. I'm not saying wrong. At the same time, I thought they fused together, so I thought maybe, like, anybody could fuse with their summoning animal.
I've never seen anyone, like, combine with their animals.
Well, technically, Tsunade the snail sucked him into him.
Yeah, I would say that she was, like, around them, though. I mean, Orochimaru could turn into a snake, but I don't think he ever turned into Manga. I can't think of anybody that did. I mean, the Jinchurikis kind of, because they can transform into the tailed beasts.
Yeah, but I feel like that's just like that's for the tailed beasts. I don't think that's like...
I thought they could fuse with a summoning animal, not just tail beasts. Like, I get tail beasts, that makes sense. If the tail beast inside you would fuse with the tail beast, blah blah blah. Like, but if you summon an animal, I thought it'd be really cool if they could. Let's just say it's a possibility then. That hasn't been shown. But like, what if a Shinobi could fuse with a summoning animal, like in some like fucking Digimon type of shit?
Well, the beasts are like sealed into you. Like the summoning ones you make contracts with, and then you can summon them at will. Like.
Well, I thought because Naruto did the whole transformation jutsu, or...
No, I think he transformed him. I think Naruto, the Boruto's, I'm really excited about Blue Vortex. Blue Vortex.
You gotta limit the spoilers.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't care about spoilers, but he does.
I can't wait for that anime to come out, because once anime drops, it's going to be a super peak.
That's the one they just started doing, isn't it? Like a weekly one.
Oh, the Blue Vortex?
Yeah.
It's coming out.
No, in Boruto.
Oh, no, it's for Boruto, because he's right here.
Shh.
Tell me exactly how it ends.
I was trying to sneak that in there, bro. That's how they finish it.
How it ends is really nice, though. I really like it.
So, no, this isn't spoiling it without releasing too much information, but, like, did they finish Boruto in the beginning scene that you see Boruto going against?
That's Blue Vortex.
So they didn't finish it there?
No.
That's interesting.
That's leading to Blue Vortex. That's.
I was just curious because they started Boruto with that scene
of Boruto versus Kawaki.
Yeah, and they were against each other. And I was curious if they were gonna end it right there, going into another saga.
That is Blue Vortex. That's where they're at Blue Vortex right now.
Okay, so without spoiling it, where did they end Boruto in the timeline? I guess.
So
are they out of the academy?
Boruto ends 10 years pass, then Blue Vortex starts, and then we're coming up to the scene in the beginning of Boruto where Boruto and Kawaki are fighting.
Man, there's a 10-year time?
Yeah, 10 years? Yeah, it says just like 3 years every time, I think.
No, Boruto's a bit older.
In the past, they just did 3-year time gaps.
Yeah. I think there's only like 7.
It was only one time gap, though. And then, what's the time gap after the war?
Like 3 years, I think. Like
from the war to Boruto is like 15 years.
Oh, it's 15?
Yeah, because Naruto was like 30 when he becomes Hokage, I believe. He might be young.
Okay, it's a 3 years time skip.
It's just a 3. See, they're sticking with the 3-year time skip. There has to be something about the number 3.
There's always number 3. That's all it is in video games. There's always 3 puzzles. There's always 3.
There's something about the number 3 dudes in anime all the time, dude. Like, all the time.
But no, it's a 3-year time skip. I'm not going to spoil what happens because it is leading up. Like, what happens in Boruto is, like, it is kind of outrageous what happens in Blue Vortex, but, like, you understand the context of Blue Vortex by the ending of Boruto. So I won't say much of it now, but, like, it is, the designs are super sick. Like, the outfits are super sick. Boruto is busted as fuck.
We were just watching Boruto the other day, and I was like, why does every academy student have different hair? Like, a completely different hairstyle, color. Like, you remember watching Naruto, and everybody was, like, plain Jane, and it's like watching Boruto, everybody has a completely different hairstyle.
I don't know if everybody was, like, plain.
In Naruto?
I mean, Rock Lee had his crazy bowl cut. Fucking Sakura's hair is pink. Fucking Naruto had the spiky hair.
Compared to Boruto.
Well, but they focus.
Plain Jane
They're
compared
focusing
to...
more on the kids in Boruto. They're showing more of the characters.
They still change their hairstyles up with the people that have been there for like 20 years, or 10 years, or 18.
Well, I mean, they kind of had to.
Let me use the bathroom real quick.
Like, they can't just make everything exactly the same.
I want more Hoki. Hoki was fucking OP as fuck.
I don't know who that is.
We see him like 3 times in the anime.
Oh, that's the dude that everybody was saying was Kakashi's kid at first because of the mask.
Well, because he's a fanboy of Kakashi, but did you see him in the Chunin fight yet?
No, I think we're coming up on the second Chunin exam.
Okay, because he's in that Chunin exam. I mean, he's fucking baller. He's cool. He's also a fucking Inobu operator at that age. And before the Chunin exam, he's a fucking Inobu. Yeah, he's an Inobu. He's an Inobu fucking
Anbu.
Fucking person. And I'm sick as shit. Like, what? It's the same thing like Kakashi. Kakashi's that age doing that shit.
Yeah, but Kakashi wasn't like a Genin when he was an Anbu though. He had already made Jonin. He was just like 7 when he made Jonin.
Yeah, but he's in the Chunin.
And then he joined fucking. This is crazy. I feel like they're lowering standards.
You know Jutsu Naruto show them? Judy Chop!
Well, because he was being personally trained by Sai, who's like the leader of the Anabu right now. Like, he's being personally trained by Sai.
The who?
Yeah, he keeps saying Anabu.
Yeah.
Anbu. A-N-B-U.
What did you say, Anabi?
No.
That's alright, Corey be doing the same shit.
Yeah, but he's being personally trained by him. He's way
I'll call it up, you gotta do it too.
In the manga, he has like 10 chapters dedicated to him, but we didn't get that in Boruto. We only got like 3 episodes with him in it. That's bullshit. He's fucking Toki,
Hoki?
Hoki.
But I mean, you got fucking.
Is that Sasuke's kid?
No, that's Sasuke's Kakashi's kid. But no, that's everyone else.
Or Kakashi's kid?
Kakashi can't have a kid because his life partner is Guy.
That's probably, dude. What if he would have had a double belt? But like, what if he was wearing Guy's outfit as Kakashi's face mask?
But he also has photographic memory even without the.
Is he wearing a one piece in that outfit? Complete one piece, like jumpsuit.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I was
If he's wearing a complete one piece outfit, then it is Kakashi Guy's kid.
But he has photographic memory too, which is like even without the Sharingan, like that's impressive as shit. So like he is like.
So he's a prodigy.
He's a prodigy, yeah. That's why because he's an Anbu at the age of like before even the Chunin exam. Like
Someone don't be a pussy and let that dude go.
Like he should definitely be.
Oh man, that shit tasted like burnt wood.
Was been underneath the seat for I don't know how long.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Probably fucking.
It's like crusted weed.
Yeah.
It's an ancient. That's the ancient doobie. That's the forbidden blunt.
It smells like weed. How can you complain about weed when we've smoked some of the fucking dirtiest?
Because that was a long time ago when we didn't have pretty easy access to fucking good weed.
Access to good weed.
But I do really like the difference between like Sutter wanting to become the
I'm throwing some seeds outside my grandma's backyard this summer.
and Boruto wanting to become like Sasuke. I really like that fusion between the two. Well, I really
it would be too predictable if it was just like
Boruto wanting to become the Hokage.
Yeah.
Well, Boruto doesn't want to become the Hokage though.
That's what I'm saying. It would be too predictable if they had it that way.
I didn't like that he didn't like ramen. That's the one thing I was like, what the fuck? He likes hamburgers?
I'm pretty sure Offseed used to bash some hamburgers too, though.
Yeah, but at the same time,
he's just rebelling against his dad, bro.
Yeah,
that's what I call spoiled. I've seen it with him. Like I had to eat Japanese, Chinese buffet food, and they bought McDonald's hamburger meals for him because he cried.
Well, yeah, because he was a kid.
It's called spoiled.
It's called being a kid. You can't expect a kid to eat fucking Chinese food. That's
what I had. You had to learn chopsticks at the age of 4.
No, that was you then. I mean, that's sorry about that, but some of the average kid got that cheeseburger. You can hand it to me or not, I don't care.
I don't know what you're talking about. Willis?
But no, some of the kids' designs are really cool. Like fucking Gaara's kid that he found that does like metal sailing.
Okay, so what Corey's basing this off of right now is the little kids in Himawari's academy class.
Yeah, Himawari is academy class.
Yeah, he's talking about all them. He thinks that they're still doing like the main academy fucking thing from like. He's just making that connection.
That's when I told you they were in the academy the other day, and I was like, we're in episode like 230, and he was like, no, dude, when they're in the academy, it's like episode 100 and something, and I was like,
this is the mission that Kawaki's on. He's protecting that princess bitch. He's enrolled in the academy.
Oh, yeah.
That's why
I said we're up in like episode like 200 and something.
Kawaki's back in the academy.
Yeah, as a secret mission.
Yeah, he's just in there on a mission to protect that bitch.
Yes, he is.
This is like not.
That's why I said we're in episode like 200 and something.
Well, that's why I thought it'd be like the academy, like that was early on. I was like, what the fuck? But that makes more sense now.
Yeah, they did a way more in-depth academy shit than they did with Naruto.
Yeah, this game was so funny.
Because they had
the rest.
Whatever.
This makes me laugh.
Body slaying.
I just want Stone Cold everybody.
Good as fuck. Rumble Punch.
Rumble.
Yeah, natural lemon, strawberry, watermelon, guava flavors. That's good as fuck. Boruto's. I can understand why people hate Boruto. It's definitely differently paced and better, like. Because it's in the era of peace. There's not really a lot of fighting, and it's like you kind of have to understand that it's going to be a completely different show because it's a completely different setting at that point. But like, I really wish that like Boruto did stuff more like the energy swords, or used more of like the. I mean, I guess as his character, he was like, "Fuck ninja specific tool, ninja scientist tools. I'm not using that anymore. Fuck that shit. That's cheating." But then like we get like the chakra blade, which looks sick as fuck. It's just an energy sword using your chakra. He uses it like in
those types of blades.
Yeah, so I remember somebody in Naruto having a chakra blade too.
So there's
I just can't remember.
Are you talking about that blade?
No, because that's
the one that Naruto uses Rasen against, and it just absorbs it.
Oh, it's an actual fucking energy sword.
Yeah, I would say this one's gonna be different than the one that.
That looks like a lightsaber.
Because
everyone becomes evil and turns red.
Because the other ones, it's just a metal that absorbs chakra and like has a circumference of chakra.
Well, technically Sasuke had the Chidori blade.
Well, yeah, because that's the metal that absorbs the chakra and emits it. That you like infuse your chakra into. That one you infuse it into the handle, and the handle has a jet that like fires the chakra.
That makes total sense because when Naruto started learning chakra control, he went to Asuma.
Well, but Asuma was doing the same thing. Asuma had the actual blade that you channeled your shit
chakra into, and it made the blade longer.
Yeah, but it didn't make. But it wasn't.
It made the blade longer.
I understand that it made the blade longer, but if you like not cut everybody off when they're in the middle of a sentence, you could understand what we're trying to say. That wasn't just a hilt with a blade made of chakra. It was just a little extension.
Well, there's just a little tiny piece sticking off the top.
It's not. It's like a lightsaber handle.
Yeah,
I get that. Okay, but still, with Sasuke's Chidori blade, he didn't have to have no hilt, or he just had to have a hilt, and it just shot as long as he wanted. He could shoot like 30 fucking feet. I'm pretty sure.
I think you're thinking of the Chidori stream. Because when he used his lightning sword, it was just his sword and he had the blade already.
But it still went like 30 feet, didn't it?
I don't think the sword did. I think
the lightning blade went out that far. I thought it did.
I'm pretty sure you're thinking of his Chidori stream attack with the real long beam. I think that's what you're thinking
When they
of.
first meet Naruto and Sakura for the first time, he used his blade and it shot out like it shot out really far. Yes, it did have a blade on top of it, but at the same time, it shot out like really straight, like a blade.
I don't think
You might not have whipped it around.
Yeah, you might have whipped it around. It was probably just a shot, but yeah. But I mean, like Boruto's like that right there is just a lightsaber.
That's a lightsaber. You know, I agree with you, but
also that uses their excuse to him not using it anymore is because it used way too much chakra, and it like fucking made him unconscious barely for using it. But Boruto getting a whole separate.
That makes sense.
So you can release. Can he release one spoiler on you?
No.
I want to ask him a question, and I don't.
You can ask me the question. I can say if it's an answer or not.
So does the Nine Tails come back and someone else become a Jinchuriki?
Maybe. I mean, we
didn't say no.
We've already been known that tailed beasts can not die.
So they already.
That's just like, it's not a non-spoiler, or it's a spoiler, but at the same time there's been lots of speculation it's Himawari, but at the same time
we don't know.
I don't care who the Jinchuriki is, it's just I was curious if the Nine Tails was coming back.
Well, tailed beasts are immortal. They keep coming back.
Alright, yeah, so
we finally realized that like the tailed beasts are being used for something, but they're still immortal. Like they regenerate.
So is the 10-tailed beast an actual person, or is it just all beasts grouped up as one? Can somebody get
that? Might be a spoiler. I don't know. I don't know
how. I didn't even think that was just pure imagination for me. Like I was just wondering if someone can get the 10-tailed beast inside of them and then be a Jinchuriki.
Because they do explain that.
Well, they did that in the war. Madara and Obito both had the fucking 10 tails inside.
Yeah. So they're technically a Jinchuriki.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm not going to spoil the tailed beast because a lot of the tailed beast stuff does get explained at the end of Boruto. Like it does explain the reason behind the tailed beasts and like the whole thing about like the.
No, that's because the Nine Tails disappeared. I can understand all that.
But we already know that they can't die. That
would have been a fucking cliffhanger if they would just ended Boruto and then like not say any of that. We were just like, you gotta wait until next time.
But
for us to explain this.
Yeah. I mean, you can kind of assume he's gonna come back because it's just how tailed beasts work. But I'm not gonna say. I mean, I don't even think we technically know.
Can I just say that you guys are pussies for not watching One Piece yet?
You call me a pussy. I mean, I watch all the fights. I don't really like.
For not watching the anime all the way through? Why not?
Fucking way too overly.
Yeah, I was
so slow, bro.
Yeah.
Each arc is
and a lot of true anime artists would say you're a pussy.
You can call me a pussy, but I'm not gonna watch fucking 12 episodes of fucking Luffy learning how to cook stew in a fucking random bumfuck island with John G. Bada-Boo.
Why didn't they do that, dude?
What, for 12 episodes?
Dragon Ball Z did.
No, the longest arc was in fucking Dragon Ball was him versus Frieza. That lasted like 20. That fight scene that lasted like 26 episodes. That was the longest like arc in that. Each spin-off arc was.
Just because the whole season doesn't end in 12 episodes doesn't mean you should not watch a really good anime with a lot of emotion.
It's really good, and it's really good story building. That I will agree with. It has 1,000 episodes, and it has to have a good story. I'm not saying it doesn't, but it's so poorly paced that people had
I'm not gonna agree with that.
No, it is poorly paced, and people agree with you. That's why there's this thing called One Pace, where people made and edited the show together to make it actually consumable. They were like, here.
That's impatient people. That's called the new generation.
That's not impatient. That's literally 1,000 episodes. You have to dive so much time into for unnecessary plot points.
Our mom said One Piece was better than Dragon Ball Z because she didn't see a lot of. She's seen a lot more just storyline.
That's completely different. That's a completely different comment. But like,
storyline.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
I'm just saying One Piece is good for the storyline. Like,
I'm agreeing with you. Yes, it's a really good story. That I'm not arguing with.
But you don't want to sit there and watch the story.
I don't care about him going to this random fuck-off island, learning how to make stew with Dominican Island.
See what this kind of reminds me of is when somebody makes a movie from a book and cuts out all the good shit.
He's not
cutting
all the good shit.
Really good solid movie out of a book.
He's not cutting all the good shit. He's cutting off the random shit that doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. Sometimes you need to know who Sanji has infatuations with.
Yeah, but like not like the 700th time. That's like One Piecing is for. They cut all they cut the 1,000 episodes into like 600.
I get what you're saying, but at the same time, still a pussy.
Like how can you hate somebody for that? Like, that's stupid.
I'm not hating you. I'm just calling you a pussy.
And that's why there's 600 episodes of One Piece that are like in one pace, which is arguably better because it's just better paced. The fight scenes are the exact same, but like unnecessary arcs get skipped over that aren't actually filler because there is filler in movies.
You have to be a really good anime and good storyline to be going on more than 10 years
of animation. Good.
And still people have a fan base of that. That's like they have the same fan base almost as Pokemon.
No, I'm saying it's good, but it's just really, there's too much filler and there's a lot of unnecessary plot. There's a lot of fat. It's a good steak, but there's a lot of fat on it. People are just cutting off the fat and still having
some people have a lot of fat on their steak.
Some people do.
That's all the flavor is.
That's for them, not for some consumers. Like the best anime statistically, objectively, is Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Amazing pacing, amazing story, amazing characters, amazing world, amazing magic system. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood may not be your favorite, but it's by far the best anime of all time. Someone says, I'm good at anime. What anime should I get into? Recommend Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. There's literally nothing wrong with that anime whatsoever. Not a lot of fan service, amazing story, amazing characters, amazing villains. You hate the fucking villains for like the villains are.
Is the fan service what people watch anime for though?
No, all the time. No, I don't like fan service in anime. Fuck that. I don't want to see titties. I want to see titties that look like porn. I want to see cool fight scenes. I want to see fucking Fire Force.
I mean, I like anime for titties sometimes, so.
I mean, if it pops in there, yeah, but there's like, there's Fire Force, right? But I think who made Soul Eater. There's Fire Force, a really good story, really good characters, really good magic power system. And then there's a character who just randomly just trips when she walks into the scene and loses all of her clothes, falls on the main protagonist. She gets flustered because the main protagonist...
That's too extra. That sounds way too extra.
It is extra. That's the issue.
No, but you can do it with decency.
That's the fan service it's called.
Artism.
If a girl randomly gets smacked in the boobs and she goes, oh,
that's artism.
That's fan service and extra.
Sounds like a fucking Harry Potter.
Like you can have a good story without any fan service on it. I mean, there's certain animes that are like for fan service, where you see those panty shots, you see those nipple shots, you see like girls moaning every fucking 5 seconds.
Those are decent animes.
I would not. That's like I'm watching porn.
I don't know. No one knows with D&D. That's
High School DxD. Yeah, I could not watch that.
Did you watch the second season?
I could not watch that.
And when it was leading into chess.
Not
chess, but chess. It was leading into chess. Like, they were chess pieces on a board, and if you would have fucking watched more of it, you would have seen, like, some hot movie action.
No, I don't want to see movie action. I want to see cool fight scenes.
There was cool fight scenes in it. What are you talking about? The dude transformed into a dragon.
But they would stop the fight scenes just to show the titties.
All I'm saying is, like, you got...
If I could not watch that shit in public, I don't want to watch it.
So you're saying about like more than 75% of shit in America?
If I could not watch that show in public, I would not watch it. I do not
more than 50% of the movies made, you cannot show in public.
I could watch Naruto in public.
Yeah.
I can watch Shippuden in public and be fine.
You can watch.
Yeah, because kids know about it nowadays.
No,
at the same time.
5-year-old.
No, yeah, dude, I could chill. I could watch Naruto in front of like little kids, and it probably wouldn't fuck anybody up.
And the dubbed version.
But like, tell me why the sniper to
What's the difference? Yeah, I would say if you play the Japanese version, they're not gonna know.
I want you to go into a people with the beard.
What?
The
Raikage?
No, normal people. It's a society.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, you go into an Amish community.
Oh.
You can watch that shit in front of them.
What? But you can't watch anything. You couldn't even watch. You couldn't watch Barney in front of the Amish people.
I could have said hats and cabinet makers, but I didn't really get that racist.
It's not a race. It's a cultural thing.
That culturalistic.
Yeah, I don't think Amish is a race.
No, it's
Pretty sure Amish is just a culture.
They're their own race.
I don't think they are.
I don't think they are, bro.
Religion.
Is that a religion?
Well, I think most of them are Christian.
It's just a cultural thing.
Like old schooly Christian. They live by
their own species.
Strictly by. I mean, they could. There's a lot of inbreeding. They could be their own species by now.
Yeah.
And you call me bad.
I didn't say that.
Yeah.
I never said that at all.
Well, you should at least say it to me twice a week. You're a badass motherfucker.
No, I think there's some fan service in anime. I think that's like a good selling point for some people. But me personally, I think fan service is awful.
I can think of a lot. High School of the Dead.
I didn't like it. If I see,
I never watched it.
It's a really hardcore zombie anime that is pretty fucking sweet, but they have movies.
They have a lot of titties.
I wouldn't say a lot. No, not more than High School D&D. Not more than High School D&D.
But like, there's anime.
But I couldn't.
There's a scene where he picked up a woman's chest and started shooting a gun off of a woman's chest, hitting zombies.
Yeah, but why?
Yeah, right. I would say that's just to show the titties.
That's just to show the titties.
It is the moment.
And I needed those titties to lay on.
Like, if I ever look at titties, I don't want to.
Or like there was a moment where like there was an epic zombie battle scene and it was like the woman was like and the camera was like from this angle and it was like
their tits are fucking falling everywhere. And yeah. But it was
a really good zombie anime. Like dude,
it's gonna be good. But I don't like fan service. If I want to look at that shit, I'll look at that shit like
you're just admitting to you're gay right now, dude.
No, I give you pussy, I give you dick, I give you everything. But I want it in that, like, I don't want to see porn when I'm watching a show. I want to see this.
There can be an awesome storyline, an awesome animation, everything. You still show a rightful assortment of like, what's the word I'm looking for? An elegant way of doing something and still having class.
It's like fucking watching Naruto and Sasuke fight to the death because they're fighting.
And Sasuke's titties pop out.
No! That's bad!
Now pop out. But Sasuke's titties jiggling in a certain motion. Would you have been upset with that?
Yes!
Would you say it would have made it better?
I'm not there yet.
Yeah, I just probably. Well, it's a hard sell for Sakura to make anything better.
Alright, so that's that was an inside bird right there.
Like, just imagine Sasuke and Naruto fighting.
Tsunade has to
No! I'm not there for the titties. I'm there for the fight scene. I'm there for the plot. I'm there for Naruto versus Sasuke.
Yeah, I would say they have Tsunade's tits jiggling and stuff sometimes, but it's never like it's never the main point. Yeah, but that's what we're saying. Like, you don't need the shit that's in there fucking.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there is some that show a little bit more, a little bit more.
But you have not been talking about those. You have been strictly arguing that the fan service is okay. And like you're saying that some of them are elegant, but you're talking about all the ones that aren't.
So there is some parts of Naruto that you can watch in public.
Maybe like 10 episodes, yes. But the other, like, 600 episodes, I can, yeah, no problem.
I wouldn't even say that. Like, I couldn't even think of, like, there's the one episode that I'm thinking of.
There's parts of episodes where you probably shouldn't watch in public.
I don't think there is.
No, not really.
Like, I can't think of anything in Naruto that I would really be like, yeah, you couldn't watch that in public.
Like,
there's nothing worse than what's in movies now.
Yeah.
Like, in real movies.
There's, like, fan service in anime, and, like, some people like that. Yeah, you're allowed to have that opinion, but I don't want a good story, and then just, whoa, titties!
I think that makes everything better. That makes it a better movie.
It could be a better movie than you, but
I've watched movies before. I've watched movies and walked out of the theater, and I probably would start to BK. It'd be better if there was some titties showing in it.
That's just what you want, not what the majority of people want.
That's what the majority of people
That's
want.
not what the story means. The story is like, oh, let's do this, and that.
No, I'm not disagreeing with an awesome epic story, but if there was titties in it, it'd make it a little bit better.
But why would it need titties in it?
Better than a dick.
Why would it need dick in it?
And it doesn't need dick in it.
Why does it need titties?
Because titties are better.
Why do you need titties?
Titties are like what the world goes around. It's milk.
I don't think so.
The milk, the world needs milk.
Milk comes from cows.
Which have what?
If your story is
where does milk come from?
Teats.
Yes. Yeah, teats.
Yeah. Udders. Macau.
Technically, titties are udders.
If you need a story to have tits in it, do people like?
I didn't say the story. No, I said if it's an epic story, is it gets an A. But if there's titties in it, and even just one scene is titties, doesn't have to have a sex scene. Doesn't have to be involved all around sexual
sex addict, bro.
Well, that's what an info is, but at the same time...
That's you, bro. You didn't just say you're an info.
I don't even think that's an info.
That's being a pervert. That's you, bro. Of course
there's been a lot of movies where you've been like, if it showed just a flash...
No! Not once. Not dicks, not pussy, not ass, not nothing. There's...
Yeah, I was saying, it's not a lot like... Maybe like when we're watching like zombie movies or something, and like them fucking B-rated zombie movies that's not serious.
Resident Evil 2 was a Resident Evil 2 where they need the black guys walking down the street, or driving his car down the street, and he's just like sees a zombie stripper and a teenager, and he's like, whoa, and he drives into a set of cars. Just because he's distracted, that made that movie better.
Yeah, but that's that.
It was relevant to the storyline.
That's a comedy. That's not like a story. That's like fucking...
A comedy is a story.
That's not like...
Yeah, but you're not getting like a lot of A+ storylines with comedies.
You're just getting comedy
because you're making it funny.
Yeah. Like
what?
Like American Pie is a comedy.
Most of the movies nowadays are A+ movies because of comedy.
No, if a comedy show isn't meant to sell you on the story, it's meant to sell you on the comedy. And it's like, look at this funny fucking scene of this person dying in a crash because he saw titties. That's funny. You're not saying, oh, that's a really good story. You're saying that's funny.
It's a good story with comedy added to it, is what I'm saying. With that,
it's comedy. It's just a
good. If you say Resident Evil's not a good story, then
some Resident Evils, yeah, but like that's not like that right there was for comedy, not for story. And like American Pie is a comedy. It has like it has
movies in it.
Yes, it has movies in it.
It's a good story. Dude, the original argument for this was if a good story is an A and it has a little bit of movies in it, it makes it A+. Is all as I was saying.
But it's being sold as that.
No.
It's saying, here, this is the package. This is a person fucking
Nobody's sold it as that.
No, it is. This person's fucking
I don't think in any of the anime trailers I've ever seen, they're like, here's boobies.
A lot! High School DxD! The posters!
Yeah.
It's being sold for titties!
Yeah, that was one example I came up with.
The fucking fairy tale! Fucking...
I didn't say fairy tale, but you just mentioned it.
There's a lot of animes that have fan service in it that you sell for the fan service.
Yeah, I was saying, I can go flip through Tubi right now and you can see the posters for these anime, bro.
That's what's being sold for.
But like, I've seen that poster.
And that's the story of
it. I'm gonna say at least 10% of why you watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Was that Diamond Magician Girl.
No! I watched it for the cool fucking card battles!
Yeah, I would say Dark Magician Girl didn't even come in until like the fucking end, like middle of the second season.
Yeah, you're in it for the cool card battles and it's time to do. Not, I'm Dark Magician Girl! Look at my teeth!
Yeah.
No, you're not there for that! You're there for the story! You're there for the cool characters!
The cool story and the cool characters, yeah.
If you got titties in it, that's you, bro. That's you.
That's what he said, right?
Well, yeah, but there's a difference between one cool characters for cool characters and cool characters just for titties.
I'm saying there could be some titties rubbed in it.
There is, obviously.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying, it could make it better.
that's for you, bro. Not what like everyone
It's like
wants.
cool story, cool characters, and some titties rubbed in it, that makes it better.
For you, baby.
I don't.
Would you rather have huge cocks rubbed in it?
No, I don't want any of that.
Yeah, then you probably rub you off anime even more.
No, I just want a cool story. Like, I don't want titties. I don't want
If
titties.
there's just as much big cock as there is in anime, how many much more anime fans would there be?
Probably not many more than there are now.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
No, dude, if there was a big cock rubbed in anime, I definitely would not be as much of an anime fan as if there was big titties.
You're also saying that there isn't fan service for females either.
No, dude, you're reversing it now.
There's as much fan service. You see any shirtless guys you see in anime? Where the characters fucking ripped the
I remember back in the day there was shirtless men anime and there was no fucking nipples. So don't talk to me about shirtless men in anime.
And there is with nipples. And you're like, oh,
Now, because you're watching them.
no, that's just... Okay.
But what does that have to do with it? Like, alright, this kid started watching anime, gotta put nipples on him now.
Yeah,
It's 10 years from now. It's 10 years from when we started watching anime. Back in the day, like, Goku just pat on some vagina and we were happy.
yeah, and then you see fucking Goku UI, he's shirtless and his nipples are out and he's fucking all bulky and shit.
I'm glad you heard it so well.
You see him girls around, you're like, oh my god, look how he's the perfect guy!
No, I'm pretty sure there's way more males. Worrying about, like my just defense was,
I don't know, man.
there would not be as many Americans, there would not be.
Don't get me wrong, I think Launch is hot. I think Android 18 is hot as fuck. But I didn't watch them because of their bodies, I watched them because of how cool they were.
No, and I said, I agree with the cool storyline. Yes, I watched the anime for the storyline, yes. But is it not better with a little bit of jiggling titties?
No.
I think it is.
That's
and
you.
you're getting for saying it's
No,
not.
same thing with dicks. There's nothing
That
to do with
doesn't
what
make
they say.
any sense. It wouldn't be any different if they took the tits out, is the point.
I said, what I said, the point was, it's a little bit better with jiggling titties.
But why would it need
I
that?
said it's a little bit better with jiggling titties.
You know how weird you sound? You know how so good that could be a kid show if there's titties with
I didn't
it?
say kids show. No.
Dragon Ball's a kid show.
I go say,
Dragon Ball's for teens.
yeah.
Yeah, this show would be so much better if that kid had jiggling tits. That's weird.
An anime.
That's you. That's you. That's weird. It's an animation. It's a kid's show. It's for teens. Dragon Ball's for teens. You watched it as a kid. I watched it as a kid. It's for a kid's audience. You're like, oh wow, that tits would be so good there. That seems a bit boring. How will she grow up those tits? Have her figure bang that shit. That's weird.
And I have to say, the woman was hot. Back when I
You
was
said
kid.
she's hot, but you didn't look at her titties. You looked at her like, oh wow, she's a really nice looking lady. She's sick as fuck. She's dominant. She does what she wants. That's hot as shit.
No, I'm pretty sure it was all about the titties
you can see
back
it.
in the day.
Yeah, you
though.
can look at titties too.
But I think I'm pretty sure that's what Dragon Ball was. Because I'm pretty sure like the way you're talking right now, as opposed to telling them it's weird, I'm pretty sure that's how like the writing meetings went for Dragon Ball. It was like, have girls grow up these titties.
You can make her hot. Like, that wasn't the point of it.
No, I'm pretty sure that was the point with Dragon Ball. I'm pretty sure it was.
The beginning of Dragon Ball, yeah, because that's what it was. The original Dragon Ball was a comedy. But like Z, we didn't get any of that shit. Because it was supposed to be a story at that point.
And Dragon
I know.
Ball Z, there was still a lot of...
Not nearly as much fan service. We didn't see Bulma naked once in fucking Z. It's all 3 times.
She was I watched it. She was naked on Planet Namek. She was in her underwear on Planet Namek. She was half naked on Planet Namek, and that's Dragon Ball Z, bro.
Once, sorry. Compared to 3 times, because we saw her nude in the shower in regular Dragon Ball.
I mean, what made it wrong in Dragon Ball was like, yeah, Master Roshi was really a man and Bulma was like young.
Yeah.
Bulma was like 13 to 16, 13 to 16 or something like that.
It doesn't make it any better.
No, that's it, man. That's why I said Bulma made it really bad. But in Dragon Ball Z, like at the same time, like Vegeta was how much older than fucking Bulma?
Yeah, but I think at a certain point, age gaps don't matter.
Also, Saiyans age differently. They age really, really fast and then don't age for a while. Saiyans usually don't age until like 13 and then they like stagnate. That's why when they were like, there was a huge example of the time skip where they're like, You're Goku? Because he has a kid now, he's fucking the size, he's like 7 foot.
Yeah, it's 2 or 3 kids, yeah.
Yeah, he was like 4'1", and it was like to 7 foot in a matter of 1 episode. That was a time skip of like 2 years.
It was like 3 years, no.
It was like 3
years. It was like 3 years, it's like prominent. Like,
the girl's 5 feet in 3 years.
Is that 5 feet? What the fuck?
Yeah, Goku did kind of grow like 5 feet because he was like Krillin.
Yeah, you were like from like 2 to 3 feet. 2?
No, bro.
Alright, Google it. I know my Dragon Ball Z, bro. I don't have a tattoo on me for no reason. Feet, like less than 3 feet. Like he didn't even go 3 feet. He did not even go 3 feet. No.
That is like 3-4 feet.
You showed me a picture.
That is what they look like.
Well, that's what. Yeah, I would say what.
Yeah, you're gonna say 2 to 3 feet and show you a picture like that? No, I don't want pictures.
That's what it is. What do they show you?
There's Wikipedia that say a foot from one height at one point to another.
Well, just Google how much Goku grew between his Goku. How much Goku grew?
Goku grew. It was not more than 3 feet. No, he grew like 2.5 feet. 2 feet.
You know what you're doing over there? You know what you're doing over there?
What?
I'm asking if you know what you're doing. Are you looking that up?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Taking forever.
I was gonna say I could speech it into my shit and it'd probably come out.
Speech it.
Speech it into my shit.
You know what? Abracadabra! I'm gonna laugh if BK comes over.
Experience significant growth spurts between time skips in Dragon Ball Z.
No, that's not. You just need to let us Google it and say, how much did Goku grow in Dragon Ball Z?
And we went from 4 feet to 5'9". So that's nearly 2 feet.
I said less than 3. I said between 2 to 3 feet.
He still went from a kid to fucking like 18 years old in a matter of 3 years. He went from 9
and he ages slowly too.
Damn, I say fucking Goku is short as shit.
Yeah,
2.5?
This motherfucker is 1 inch taller than me.
But he went from like 9 to 18 in a matter of 3 years. And that's what Saiyans do, they grow quick. They even say that in the show.
They grow slowly, bro.
No, they reach maturity really fast and grow to their height and they stagnate.
They never say that in the series.
Yes, they do.
You know, in his defense, there's a lot of stuff in Naruto that you try to like argue with me too, and then I'll show you the episode.
I'm when I'm wrong.
I know, I'm just saying. There's possibilities here.
Saiyans age in a non-linear fashion, maintaining their youth for a longer period of time compared to humans before rapidly aging later in life. They experience a slow aging process until they reach an age suitable age for fighting, then rapidly age to catch up.
I want you to read this after that.
So they slow down until they reach they speed up until they're 18, and they slow down until they're 80, and then they grow super old.
Well, you read it, just make sure he's not. You're reading that really fast.
Yeah, maintain youth for a longer period compared to humans before rapidly aging later in life.
Yeah.
No, that sounds different than what he just said.
What I just said.
That is like the
That says they don't rapidly age until later in life.
They
That's
reach
what he said.
Yeah, they reach from 5 to 18, and they stagnate from 18 to 80 years, and then they fucking grow as shit, and they grow old. They only have 3 ages in their life. They have child, prime fighting, and then crippled old man. They don't progress anywhere between that. They stay in their prime
I might
fighting.
wait until Dragon Ball Z gets to crippled old man anime. That'd be fun.
Yeah, the Saiyans stay in their physical prime for a longer duration than humans, potentially reaching their 80s before showing significant signs of aging.
Yeah.
So they get up into the 80s and then they just get really old really fast because they're catching up.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna disagree. Maybe they age, got really tall sporadically, but I didn't say they grew more than 3 foot tall.
They're prime
But
fighting.
you said they did.
Yeah. I was gonna say, you did say you grew 5 feet.
Did you
It
see that?
kind of looks like it, but it does say right
There's a
there.
fucking kid on his shoulder that was his height when he was a kid and everything.
Yeah, but he didn't grow 5 feet.
Did you see?
I said between 2 to 3 feet. I guessed right. I guessed right.
We both said we just read it though. Literally, you just read it. I know what it looks like, but it wasn't that.
I remember the TV series. I watched it with our mom 2 or 3 times. Dragon Ball, and then Dragon Ball Z, and then she got upset when I wanted to rerun it again.
Yeah, no. I get it. That's what it looks like from what you're showing me. But we read the stat. It said he went from 4'9" to 5 or 4.
Now Broly is astronomical. If you had said it was Broly,
Broly's 10 feet tall.
yeah, he's fucking huge compared to fucking Goku and Vegeta and all the other ones. He is. I don't know what the fuck they pumped him up for, but
Some kind of fucking Saiyan steroid.
even his dad was big. Broly's dad was huge compared to.
Goku was Krillin's height, and then he hit that.
I know, but that's not fucking 5 feet.
No, dude, you just read it. We just read it.
Yeah.
We just read it. It doesn't
I said
matter
between 2 and 3 feet, and I was like, it's really more than 3
They told
feet.
you that it's a foot. What 2 foot's that? Fucking 21 inches.
Yeah,
I was saying that's not 5 foot.
That's still amazing. That's still.
Because I'm pretty sure Yamcha and Tien Shinhan was still taller than Goku.
No,
Dude, Tien Shinhan was definitely taller than Goku in the fucking tournament that year. I can remember vividly.
Tien maybe, but Yamcha now. He reached the same height as Yamcha.
But
Tien's also not human. He's a Cyclops.
there is actually no proof and nothing to say that he's a Cyclops or anything else. Actually, I thought it's a theory for the longest while that Tien Shinhan was an alien because of his third eye.
Well, he is an alien.
Wouldn't he be?
It does not say anywhere he is an alien.
Earth and that, there's.
It does not say anywhere that Tien Shinhan is an alien. It was really confused the shit out of me.
Well, I would say, that would be like a Triclops, though.
He's an Earthling, but he's not a human.
Because he wouldn't
No, it says he's a human. It says, I think it's $100. It says,
on the wiki, it says he's a human-type Earthling / Triclops hybrid. He's a Triclops.
and that's a human, right?
No, it's a Triclops.
Well, I mean, the first thing he said was a human hybrid.
Human-type Earthling. So he's like a human, but he's
That's two significance of being human. Human and Earthling.
Human. It's the fucking.
If you had said humanoid from a different planet, yes.
Well, because human type. That's like saying fucking.
I said human type Earthling.
Yes, that doesn't say human.
What would we be then?
Humans. Not human type. That's not the same as human type.
What's the difference? How is it saying a human type?
You said alien. You said alien. You said alien. Anywhere in that sentence say alien.
The Triclops, the three-eyed people, is an ancient group of three-eyed aliens from which Tian Shan is descended.
You didn't say that in the first part.
I just looked into what side.
You didn't say that in the first part. You said humanoid type alien. You said
human type Earthling / Triclops hybrid. He is a
Triclops. None of that said alien.
But then I look up what Triclops is, and on the Triclops wiki it says he's a.
But they didn't explain that at all in Dragon Ball Z whatsoever.
Probably in the mangas or the books or.
No, I read them all.
Yeah, it says he.
No one whatsoever.
The is ascended, and it is shown in.
Well, that could lead up to. That could lead up to on the Dragon Ball planet. They have animals walking around that can talk.
They're shown on the Ten Shinhan profile manga, secret manga. It was on the Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2. It was on Dragon Ball Z episode Day 1 where I mentioned that he's a human. That he's an alien. His tribe originates from an alien. He is not a human. He is a humanoid, but he's not a human. He's a human type. He looks like a human, but he's not a human.
They definitely
Like Saiyans are human type. They're humanoid, but they're not humans. Tian Shan is not a human. He's a Cyclops. He is a Triclops, which is a difference between a human and it's why he has a third eye. He just doesn't have
so there's been humanific proof. Like, remember the Odyssey?
What? That's a completely different show. What are you talking about?
So the Cyclops on Earth is that, let's say that's from another planet, human, like alienoid, like.
That's completely different. That's Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball, you see dinosaurs walking around with fucking floating cars.
Hello? I don't think that the Cyclopses in the Odyssey were like aliens, though.
No, they were not aliens. It was just I think a mutation. They don't really explain it, but it's something from the gods. It's something from the gods. Like the Cyclops was something from the gods.
And there's like monster type humans. There's like animal type humans. There's humans with fucking antlers. Like there's humanoids with antlers walking around in the town. They're not humans.
They don't say they're aliens.
Yeah, but they're not humans. But it says that
that's true. You don't have to be an alien to not be a human.
Yeah. But the Triclops
technically, yes, here in America you could live in a different country.
That's America, not Dragon Ball!
Well, that's like using the literal definition of alien. I wouldn't say it's two different rules. Like, you're thinking of alien in one context as like an extraterrestrial.
You telling me this motherfucker's human? He originates from Earth. Is he a human?
So
is he a human? Is he a human type person? Yes. Is he a human? Look at him. Is he a human?
I would have to say no, but at the same time. So if you're born in America, does that not make you an American?
That's America, not Dragon Ball. Yeah. You're not pointing at them. They are.
So if somebody's born on a different planet, does that make them still an alien from a different planet?
What? That's not Dragon Ball. Tell me about Dragon Ball statistics.
So someone came to the Dragon Ball planet. They came to the Dragon Ball planet and created.
Well, okay, so Piccolo is an alien.
Yes.
On Earth.
Yes, but
on Namek he wouldn't be an alien. The Earthlings would be the aliens. The Saiyans are the aliens. Saiyans are technically aliens.
Tian Shinhan's tribe, his.
Well, Joe, what if you're born on that planet? Does it still make you an alien?
No, because then you're a human. You're born there.
So
you would be a hybrid.
Yeah. Tian Shinhan's tribe was aliens that descended into the world.
So I would agree with that.
There.
But they didn't mention that at all until the later sagas. That he was any type of alien.
But he wasn't human. You could tell because he was third eye. That's not a human trait.
But you see him walking the animals, like walk around and talk. Like it did.
I don't think people
watching Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. You weren't thinking about like, oh, is that an alien? No, it was an animal talking.
But you also Like, there was Emperor Pilaf, who did like human. Like, you didn't care. Nobody cares in the Earth and fucking Dragon Ball because people look like dogs. People look like fucking Emperor Pilaf. People look like people in the third eye.
So what about Narnia?
What the fuck does Narnia have to do with it?
I'm
losing my fucking mind. I'm losing my marbles.
So in Narnia.
There's no Dragon Ball.
Let's talk about Hamlet. Like human relation, the animal relation on the
What
thing.
do animals have to do with it? I'm talking about humans. What are you talking about animals? Animals have nothing to do with this plot. I'm saying that, like, people in Dragon Ball, the humanoid people in Dragon Ball, had the shape of dogs, had that.
When you described them originally, didn't say alien.
But the Triclops is an alien species, yes. It did not originate from Earth, and they came down, they colonized, they lived there, and then, you know...
For what proof?
The mangas!
Yeah, I would say he didn't just kind of read off where they get it from.
The novels, and you know, like
That was later on in the series they added on.
That's what Dragon Ball's known for!
Yeah, but they do the same thing in Naruto, they do the same thing in One Piece. Like, they don't just start out making this and everybody's got these extravagant-ass backstories. Like, they retcon and change shit.
So is Tien Shinhan not a human?
No! He never once was!
Yeah, no, he's a human, he's like a human-alien hybrid.
So what if it was 100 years back and he was born into inbreeds of other humans?
Well, if it was 100 years back, then it would depend on if his tribe had been there for that long. If they had already started interbreeding with humans, or if they were still at the point where they were only the alien tribe that lived on Earth. So, like, I don't know, I can't answer that question.
But Dragon Ball is humans. Aren't just humans? There's human dogs, there's human...
Yeah, exactly, in Dragon Ball. There's dogs walking around there talking, bears, tigers, and they're walking around talking. Do they ever call them aliens?
No, but they don't call them humans. They call them Earthlings. Quote-unquote Earthlings originating from Earth. Tien-Chan is an Earthling, but he's not a human. You don't call Emperor Pilaf a human, you call him an Earthling, because he's from Earth. He originates from Earth, but he's not a human. You can call Tien-Chan an Earthling.
Yeah, I would say just being on Earth doesn't make you a human.
Can we just say if you're born in the galaxy, you're an Earthling?
No.
No, because there's people like...
So you couldn't call Frieza an Earthling?
No.
Why do you get to go to hell?
Because hell is a universal concept, not just an earthly concept. But Frieza wasn't from Earth, so how could he be an Earthling? Like Goku's not an Earthling.
Yeah, he's
because he was born on a different planet and just came there. Like Vegeta's not an Earthling. The android.
My only defense I can say is from what I've watched up to now, Tien Shinhan to me has always been an Earthling.
Yes, he's an Earthling, but not a human.
Yeah, I mean.
What if somewhere in the series they said human?
But it doesn't.
How you haven't watched it?
It says that Tien-Chan is a human.
Don't make me pull up an episode out of my ass.
And they don't. They say they call him an Earthling. Even like fucking every alien is like, you Earthlings. They never say humans. They always say Earthlings. Because they're not all human. Like Emperor Pilaf. Would you call him a human or an Earthling?
I mean, dude, we watched the same movie. Willy Wonka, where there was Oompa Loompas, and they were on Earth. They were on Earth! Oompa Loompas, you telling me fucking Willy Wonka went to a different planet?
But would you call it?
Oompa Loompas aren't humans.
Yeah, Oompa Loompas aren't human.
They're on Earth.
But they're not.
Some dogs are on Earth.
They're not humans.
Turtles
are on Earth. They're not humans.
So if you don't talk, you're not a human?
Well, yeah, actually, that is a very, very human characteristic. You name me any animal that can just speak.
Chimpanzee.
Chimpanzees cannot talk.
Speak in sign language.
That's not talking.
Speak.
That is signing a language.
Yes, a
not
cat.
Talking.
They can say hello.
They can mimicry, but they can't speak on their own.
A parrot.
A parrot
can mimic you.
Yeah,
it's mimicking a noise.
They also can't comprehend
it. Yeah, but
they can comprehend you.
They can't have a conversation with you.
Yes, they can.
No, they can't. They can mimic what you say.
No parrot has.
You're talking about what about a monkey? A small monkey. They can't have a conversation with
We
you.
can train animals to have comprehensive thoughts, but we can't train them to have overly comprehensive thoughts near to a human.
There's a bunch of animals out there that can have a conversation with you.
Not while talking.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Animals don't have that language gene. That's why we
The
have
language gene, or maybe not the comprehensive capability and talkability of saying the syllables we can, but at the same time they can have a conversation with you, and we can talk to them, and they can understand.
They can understand like body emotions and physics.
But they
and stuff like
can't.
that.
They can't talk to you back.
Yeah.
Yes, they can talk to you back.
Not with language.
Not with language. Yes, not with language as you're speaking now.
That is exactly what I have been saying this whole time. I am not
I'm
saying
saying
anything else
besides-
at all. I am not disagreeing with you. I am not saying that. The only thing I have said this whole time is that animals do not have language. They don't have that gene. It's not in their DNA anywhere. That's why they can't learn English. They can mimic sounds. That's why it sounds funny.
No, but there is multiple situations, way more than multiple, billions of situations where animals have mimicked sounds
Yes, they can mimic.
to impersonate the same situation that a human wants to experience.
They can mimic and understand like what this says. We should say this because that's how an animal is trained. If I say apple, a parrot could be like, "Wah!" And that's just me giving him an apple and him being like, "Wah!" So now he can associate.
So you're saying the difference is because we know a certain language, like English, and you go into a different country, you don't understand anything, you're going to be a fucking animal?
No. Because if we had the conversations of having a prolonged conversation, a parrot would get lost by now. You'd be like, apple, orange, rock.
You have a different elementary thinking, yes.
Yes,
But there is some animals out there that understand and we can communicate with.
No, to the point where we can have a full conversation with them from A to B and have like more than 10-minute conversation.
No, I have $800, there is.
There's not.
Yes.
We can train them and try, but that's what we're doing right now as a human species, trying to test on monkeys to see how far we can get monkey intelligence are. But at the end of the day, they're monkeys, not humans. They don't have the full brain capacity.
So if you tell a dog, sit, and don't do that, and do this, and go grab that, and fucking go and jump over there, and run through a whole optical maze, and to this point, he's not understanding you.
From like body language.
I understand it's a different language barrier, it's a language barrier, but at the same time, they understand what you're saying and interpreting.
We don't have to speak English to do that. We can be like,
Yeah, I would say I would say you just gotta be able to convey what you want the dog to do, or the animal.
you train them to do that. You are implementing habits into them by.
What about a dolphin giving fucking birth to a woman and knowing what to do?
What?
There's that study out there. Like dolphins give births to women. Gives them what to do.
I would have to see that, because I don't think there's dolphins out there delivering babies, bro.
You want to bet me like $10?
I mean, you can pull it up. I'm not gonna put money on it, but like that doesn't make sense.
But no, Tianjin is not a human. He's an Earthling. Same thing with Emperor Pilaf.
But if you're not born on Earth, you're not an Earthling. Because technically, if you're born in America, you're American.
Yes, if you're not born on.
Yeah, if you're born on Earth, you're an Earthling.
Tianjin was born on Earth.
Yes.
Okay, but that doesn't make him a human. A human and an Earthling are not the
That's
same
the difference.
thing.
So yes, I will agree. That's the difference. But him being born on Earth, he's an Earthling.
Yes. It's not making him a human.
And from what I've seen in the Dragon Ball whole series, he's always been an Earthling.
Yes, not a human. No.
And never extended his third eye whatsoever. Just like how his little fucking dude that can float around. Like, you don't ever feel like you see that little dude floating around, you're like, he's an alien. But they never explain whatsoever that he is a fucking
alien. Because they don't need to. But then they do it like the side manga where they're like, oh, here's more.
The side mangas you've been reading because, like,
where, like the manga jump shoots, where, oh, here's the second panel of, like, this is what he likes to eat, this is his favorite show, this is what he is. That's when it explains it. But they never have to explain it in the show because nobody cares
on
about it.
BS.
That is...
It's the same thing as, like, the Naruto data books.
Yeah, that's the same. He hasn't read any of those. I know he hasn't read any of those.
I need to. I can look it up.
I don't understand, like, what the big opposition is to. Like, it's okay that he's right about it, man.
Like, Emperor Pilaf is a
like they don't have to explain all this in the show. He's right. They don't have to explain it in the show.
That's why I said
because people don't care.
Yeah.
But they do have these stories that explain, like, the characters' stories.
But, like it. Yeah, there's, like, the side, like, that.
You haven't read any of that.
I don't have that. Look it up. I just did. People who did it for me told me.
I don't know about any of that, so I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. It's fine. But, like, it doesn't matter. It's just a show. Emperor Pilaf, you don't say, well, that's an alien. You just say, wow, that's a weird looking person. He speaks human, he speaks English. He speaks with the Earthling, he speaks what the humans speak. He's an Earthling.
They don't even say where Pilaf's planet's from.
Because he's from Earth. He's not an alien, he's from Earth. He's a monster type human.
Monster type human.
Yeah, monster type human type, yes. He's not a human, he's a human type. He's a monster type Earthling. That's what it says. Earthlings. There is human type, animal type, monster type, and hybrids.
So they can all be human and Earthling, but they can't be alien.
Well,
alien from a long time ago.
But being an alien from, like,
we can all technically be alien from a different planet, but we're still Earthling humans. So if you guys are bitching about this fact right now, in 20, 30 years, 40, 50 years from now, there's some kind of, like,
would you say
government thing that's like, oh, if you're an alien from a different planet and you're not originally from here, you're going to be bitching hardcore.
Would you say Gohan?
But we are from here.
Yeah.
But
having a lineage somewhere doesn't make you from that.
That disagrees with what we've been arguing about.
No.
So Tien Shenhan is a human, right?
No,
he's an Earthling.
He has a lineage from a different planet that's alien.
But he's from Earth. Still,
doesn't make him a human.
We just went through this.
Would you call Gohan an Earthling or an alien?
Alien.
No,
but he's from Earth. How is he an alien?
He's an Earthling. Would you call
What's
the original fucking human then?
A human
from a human from Earth.
Yes.
It makes them they're human, but they're also an Earthling because they're from Earth.
If you had a baby on Mars and took it to Earth, that person on Mars is still technically an alien because he's not from this planet.
I know what you're saying.
Like Gohan is an Earthling because he's from Earth. Doesn't have to matter if he's human.
Yeah, well, you're a fucktard.
But like Goku is an alien because he doesn't originate from Earth, and he comes to Earth. That's just what it is, and it's okay.
It's okay. Oh man.
The only response I had to this whole conversation is,
You make a date joke? You make a date joke? Did that come out of your mouth? Oh, Game Boy? Oh, yeah, suck on it, huh? That's your first reaction?
that's incest.
That's a fucking faggot.
Ooh, burn.
Say it again.
I don't want to. Sit back down. This camera's rolling.
Yeah, I don't care if there's a camera rolling. Say it again. Because it.
I hope everyone's having a good day out. Sorry for yapping about humans versus gorillas and Dragon Ball shit, and that's what we're talking about video games today.
Chickens versus eggs.
No, we've done talked about chickens and eggs before.
Alright, what about Power Rangers versus the Evil Force?
Who's the Evil Force?
Who was the original Evil Force in fucking Power Rangers?
Okay, so you're just talking about like the main villain. Like I thought the Evil Force was like some like specific that I
No, Power Rangers versus. So there's Zordon versus.
Well, I mean, the Power Rangers won against Rita and Zed. Like
So
they never took over, and then.
So there's never been an origin story.
And then like well, I mean, Zordon was in Mortal Kombat with Rita and Zed for fucking like centuries. Like that's.
So they never say an origin story.
I just told you that. Like.
So that would be a cool movie. An origin stories of Power Rangers.
Well, I mean, they do kind of go into like the origin in the 2017 movie. You get to see Zordon's team fucking fall to Rita because she has the Green Ranger powers, technically, in the 2017 movie. But, I mean, I believe they tell these stories in the comics, the Boom comics.
I haven't read any of those.
Yeah. That was where they came up with, like, the Lord Draken. So basically the evil White Rangers, all it is. Like the Master Morphers and stuff like that. All these like side stories come in comic books. But it's basically the same thing. You'll never hear any of these stories in like any of the Power Rangers show.
But I gotta finish off. But to finish off it, I have one more comment about the like blank versus blank. How many 10-year-olds do you think you could take on in a fight to the death?
10-year-olds?
Yes. They're all bloodthirsty for you. They're gonna kill you. How many 10-year-olds do you think?
I have no weapons.
No weapons. Bare fist versus 10-year-olds.
How tall are these 10-year-olds? Are they like midget 10-year-olds?
There's average 10-year-olds.
Average 10-year-olds. What's the average 10-year-old like?
I mean, like,
Hey, look, if it's 10 Kais, no. There's difference between 10 Kais, and yet
that's what I'm saying, yeah. I was saying, you got anywhere from fucking Savannah to Kai.
I'm here reading an open field. There's a lot of...
There's open field. You versus them.
I'm probably 10.
If they fight me or scratch me, do I get infected?
No.
I'd win.
Average 10-year-old is 4 and 6.
And if there's no biting or scratching being affected, I'd win.
How many do you think you take on?
You just said 10.
No, how many 10-year-olds do you think you take on?
No, that's not what he said, right?
No, I said 10-year-olds.
So yeah, he asked 10-year-old. I said 10.
Yeah,
like, I feel like I could take 10 before I get overwhelmed.
So I'm saying like 12, 15.
I'm going to say at least 25.
At least 25? Because my shit would be grabbing the fuckers by the legs and use it as a fucking...
Yeah, but you gotta grab one of the little ones, and the little ones don't have the good range.
And so
they're more fragile than the big ones. I'll say it's not like you're swinging around a metal chair that's got some durability. He has this little pansy-ass 10-year-old.
Fuck it, I'll take 50 on.
You think you could take 50 on?
I don't think you could do 50.
I think
I have enough capability and energy.
Corey's like, I got massive chakra reserves. I can take on 50.
I run on something that's called Awesome. You guys laugh at it, but you guys don't even know.
I'd say 15 is probably my max. I'd probably get taken on by 15.
I would say maybe like 10 years ago I could have probably taken on about 75 to 100.
Back when I was in my prime.
Fuck you guys! Fuck you!
You said it!
You guys laughed! Back in my day, I used to kill 122! Yeah, well, your parents didn't tell you to play in the woods and be safe and don't go against bears. So I could at least take on about 25 to 30 right now,
Okay.
About 10 years ago, maybe about 50, 75. That's because we grew up different, bro.
But like, don't you think like 10, 15 years ago, the 10-year-olds would be a little bit tougher too?
No, they weren't.
You think the 10 you think 10-year-olds now were tougher than 10-year-olds 10, 15 years ago?
It depends on the 10-year-olds. That's why I asked.
Well, but
I asked on what 10-year-olds we were taking on. He said a roundabout. That means I have to look out for the hard ones.
Okay.
So easily you can pick up a fucking small one and do what he was just talking about and swing around with a hard one.
Yeah, but you're gonna pick up one of the little ones.
What about the ballast rounder? That's why I asked
and they don't have the range.
I asked about the ballast surroundings. Am I near a cliff where I can just jump off and grab a cliff?
No, he said you're in the open field and the one's coming at you.
Right now about 50.
Hand-to-hand combat, bro.
Hand-to-hand combat versus 50 of them.
Bloodthirsty fucking little kids.
That's why I asked if they were zombies. That's why I asked if they were zombies. Does their bites or scratches affect me? If the bites or scratches don't affect me, that's where you're getting put up.
Well, I mean, you're in a fight. You're not gonna immediately get an infection from a bite or a scratch.
But you have the experience too.
They're gonna bite you and scratch you. Like it's not gonna. Like you're not gonna.
But I'm gonna keep going and not turn into a zombie. So.
Well, yeah,
they're not infected.
So I'm gonna have the battle experience to know what to do, what not to do, and then bang heads against. They would not think of that.
But it's a
like, let's just say your arms are getting held down by two fucking 10-year-olds. You can easily.
Yeah, you could do 2 of them, but like imagine like 6 of them are holding you down, or 50 of them are holding you down.
Yeah, I was say you're trying to say you could take on 50 of them. You're not gonna have 2 of them on your arms and nobody else doing nothing. You're gonna have someone kicking you in the nuts.
If we each won $1 million and it was to the death, let's prove it.
I don't think money would be put involved. I think their life would be put involved.
This is some extreme bum fight stuff right here.
I'd take on 50. Let's say in my prime, around 75 to 100. You're laughing right now, but I had to take you out into the middle of the town where you could have just been lifted up by anybody and I would have had to protect you. How do you feel now?
But that's also not getting attacked by 100 kids at the same time.
And an adult, when you're my age and being lifted by him by maybe 2, 3, 4 adults.
But like 100 kids is way stronger than 1 adult. No matter who.
It depends on the kid. Because if there's like 50 Savannahs going against you, what are you gonna do?
I kill all of them.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, but they're gonna be like different.
Nobody ever argued anything like that.
We've said different capabilities.
There's gonna be some built like fucking Kai over there. There's gonna be some built like Savannah. There's some really tall, some really short.
Yeah, I was
just looking at
the way I had to defend and protect you when I was a kid.
It's 50.
No, I didn't say 50. I did not say 50. I said if there was 5, 6 adults going against you, yes, I could have won.
Thank you. I don't know what to say from that. Like, that isn't the answer.
Yeah, I gotta say, you gotta like turn it into like a fishing thing. Like nobody's.
There's a difference between your capabilities. Like the capabilities a long time ago is less than now. Yes, like I would not be able to defend so much. No.
I mean, I didn't argue against that. I just thought it was like a funny comment. You were like, back in my day, I thought that was funny. I mean, like that wasn't like against.
You're talking about right now. It was a joke.
Okay. You said 50? What was your answer?
I'm fucking probably about 10.
Mine said 15. That was my answer.
I said, alright, 25 to 50. 50 max.
Okay. It's like 30,
10-year-olds, different ages, different sizes, everything.
Same age, all 10-year-olds, but different sizes.
Do we at least know what we're going into?
Yeah, you know about having
weapons. You can't bring anything.
No weapons. Do we know what we're going into? Yes, but at least 25 to 50. Is it the weight at the same time?
You don't know how they're gonna fight.
Yeah, they could swamp you. Yeah, I gotta say, they're gonna fucking...
They're all gonna kill you, they're all gonna go after you.
You know what, I'd at least go 25 to 50. I'm maybe gonna go down. I'm not saying I'm not gonna go down. I'm not saying I'm gonna win this fight whatsoever. I would probably maybe not win the fight, 25 to 50, but at least it would test what I could do.
Yeah, I mean, that's what, you're fighting I assume it would test what you can do.
I would do 25 to 50. I'm not saying, are you saying absolutely win?
Yes.
Absolutely win?
What is the number?
20.
Okay, 20. That's more reasonable. Like, but how many do you think you could take?
25 to 50 is more challenging.
But you lose. You would be like...
You don't know that!
I don't know if you win against 50. But I'm saying, like, definitely, how many do you think...
Dude, I don't know a lot of people that can win against 50, 10-year-olds, man. Like, at the same time...
It depends on if they're all younglings.
10-year-olds.
If it's younglings all stars, you know, lightsaber.
Well, I mean, if they had lightsaber, I'd still put it on there. I'd put it on
at the same time. Anakin Skywalker, against a bunch of younglings, he could take on about 100, 200, 300.
Oh, but he had the fucking Force. He had other fucking droids.
The younglings had the Force, they could have
yeah, but they were just barely learning to use it. Force master.
And then he's like, and just crushes it.
They made all of it. They showed the whole.
You know who escaped from it?
Grogu. They made.
I don't think he's the only one that escaped from it.
Probably not. They just keep adding more and more. That's another retcon thing. They just keep adding more and more Jedi.
I don't think he's the only one.
Order 66.
It was exactly you always have the Jedi or the people that are in tune with the Force just come into the Force just when they want.
But how many times have you met somebody that they're like, oh, I'm a survivor of Order 66? It's more often than not, you're not just coming across new Force-sensitive people.
So I think there had to have been at least 1, 2 to 3 Jedis that helped save Grogu. It wasn't just the clones.
Well, but don't they say that? Don't they explain how he fucking survived it though? In the
They just say he survived.
They don't say how. Oh, I don't know. I didn't watch it.
I don't think they explained. I don't think they did. They could have.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't watch any of the Mandalorian.
Well, obviously Grogu didn't go up against fucking Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah. Well, none of the kids did. But no, they shot all of it. Like originally, George Lucas had him shoot the whole fucking scene. Yeah, they play some of it. The hologram that they showed from like the security footage, that was like the actual scenes that they made.
The kids, a lot of the kids didn't draw their blades.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean,
That's being humble.
I don't know if that's being humble. I think that might just be like. You're terrified because here's Anakin.
I don't think it was terrification. I don't think it's being terrified by Anakin Skywalker. I think it's them. You're one of my masters. Like I'm not gonna draw my blade to you because.
But they show the kid fucking being scared, like dropping his lightsaber. Because, like, you realize, oh, here's Anakin Skywalker.
But we go against 100 gorillas against a gorilla, 100 humans against a gorilla. 100 humans against a gorilla. If all those younglings were just boom, and then just started hopping around like Yoda.
But the younglings couldn't hop around like Yoda. Because Yoda's like 800 years old.
But at the same time, all those younglings against him, he would have at least lost another fucking.
But it wasn't just
toe. He would have lost his toe.
It wasn't just Anakin Skywalker there. Like he had a whole fucking.
When he walked through that room, it was all by himself.
But it wasn't just a one room. There was multiple rooms.
No, when he walked into the room against the younglings, it was him and like 12 different younglings.
But you can make an argument if they were fighting to the death, but they were scared shitless. They were like, "Oh my God, Timmy just died by a lightsaber!" Ah!
Yeah, because like you get that Anakin's their like master. Like, oh shit,
They dropped and denied. They said.
You're like, Anakin, why didn't you do this?
They crowded in fear.
Yes, they crowded in fear. And if you could make an argument that he might have took some damage if they were all fighting him to the death.
I'm saying that, like, let's say all those younglings would have fought to the death.
But they didn't.
They didn't.
Let's say they did.
But he's probably gonna take some damage. Yeah, he might like get like stabbed.
Let's say all those people knew what Yoda was thinking. What if Yoda would have tapped into him and then like you have to protect yourself because this person's.
That's then it just depends. Like how are they? It's the same exact thing. Like how are they stacked up? You know. Like, are they shitty in
None of them have Down syndrome, bro. Like, none of them is gonna be like,
you don't know that. Just because they don't have Down syndrome don't mean they know how to fucking lightsaber.
Down syndrome, they're like,
they might not know how to fight.
What if all Jedis had Down syndrome?
I live for fools. I got the fools.
I don't think Star Wars would be the same. There'd be a whole different story. There'd be a lot more cookies and. There'd be a lot more lightsaber admiration. You know, you go in to fight a Sith and they'd pull out a sweet ass lightsaber and then you'd end up having a fucking you'd end up having a 20-minute fucking nut fest over a lightsaber.
I got a little bit of that.
Stop it!
Yeah, right. Like, is it like a higher ground because you have Down syndrome? Are you down further? Like what? How does the high ground work when you have Down syndrome? Can you get that high?
I think you can definitely get that high.
Why are you questioning the athleticism of a Down syndrome Jedi?
Because I don't know. You've never seen one. There's not enough representation. Somebody needs
to. Dude, if there's a Down syndrome Jedi, just throw it in there somewhere. That's the person that carried on the Darksaber. Imagine the Darksaber, he's like.
Trying to seriously fight, and he's over in the corner watching himself in the mirror. Lightsaber on. I can Yeah, but then like you're gonna use the Force, and you're just gonna be like you're gonna be in the middle of a battle, but you're gonna fucking get distracted and pull grilled cheese to your.
Grilled cheese, fuck yeah.
Yeah, because so you're gonna be like, oh, grilled cheese. Fuck using the Force for good.
Grilled cheese.
Corn dogs sound good. I had sloppy joes today. It was so delicious.
Dude, did you see the video lately of sausage, mozzarella, and they dip it like a corn dog and cook it like a corn dog?
No, but I seen somebody make like ribs. They put ribs on a skewer and made corn dog ribs that looked pretty good.
Oh, that sounds good too.
Yeah. Yeah, man. There's been a lot of food that I've been seeing lately that sounds good. Alright, well, we're gonna cut that there.
Yeah.
Alright. Deuces, y'all.
Deuces.
Check